Star Control 2, the Ur-Quan Masters. Developed by Toys for Bob and published by Accolade in 1992, this critically acclaimed science fiction game made an appearance both on the PC and the 3DO. In 2002, Toys for Bob released the 3DO source code to the public, and fans shortly thereafter created a modern port of Star Control 2 known simply as the Ur-Quan Masters. And we'll wait for a little bit, the title blurb should pop up while I'm talking. There we go. Fitting. I guess I'll let the credits roll with the jaunty music. Combining several features from both ports with a little flavor of its own, the PC port and the 3DO. The Ur-Quan Masters allows older gamers to relive the game's engrossing plot and re-experience the thrill of its combat. Hopefully, you'll enjoy it as much as I. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time talking here in the introduction because we have a lot to do. So, I encourage you to pause the video and take the time, if you so wish, to read the video description below. Make sure you do that before posting a comment. There are no excuses. Okay? Okay. So, there's a lot of dialogue in this game. I may end up talking over some of it or skipping past it, but for the most part, I'm thinking I'm just going to mute my microphone and let the game speak for itself. The IFL presents... Now, I guess, I don't know. I'll shut up during this. How about that? A novel concept, Grimith. Allow you all to soak in the introduction. Dun dun dun. Alright, don't you all feel inspired? No, but seriously, I'm gonna go ahead and check that video a bit to make sure everything's okay, and if so, I'll be right back. Everything looks and sounds alright, children. All systems appear to be go. So, I suppose I should introduce the interface of the game. Now, Star Control 2, I can't quite define a genre for it. It has action-adventure elements, there's some strategy involved, the combat sections. I think there's an RPG element to the game as well. I think it covers multiple genres. Primarily, though, it would be a space exploration game driven by an incredible story with a fantastic climax. Sort of. Right. First thing I reckon I'm gonna do. Do I want to check settings here? Cyborg. I think that controls, like, the auto-combat feature. I think. So I'm not going to touch that. Sound on, music on. Captain name. This is what I'm looking for. My captain name will not be Zelnick. Obviously, it will be Grimith. That's 1M, no Fs. Now, the flagship name shall be... You have, like, a character limit here, depending on, how many, I mean, like, what letters you type and whether you capitalize them or not. For example, it's a lowercase I. I think my choice here is going to be obvious to me and to nobody else. Admiral James Devon Starluck, it's been a long time, man. Let's hope I can, pilot this ship just fine without Greystar and Kaiser beating the shit out of me. Alright. I reckon I could save the game. This game, by the way, is entirely keyboard controlled. There is no mouse input. And I'm going to save after. These are my test games. I was just playing around. Go ahead and save over this slot. This will be fine. We have here an overview of the Sol system, which we are currently in. And our ship is down there in the bottom middle. I can use my mouse pointer to point things out to you. And it's all a little black outline. Ooh, it's outlined with chalk. It's been murdered. So yeah. So there you have the sun. You have various planets ringing the sun. And other planets ringing the sun. Science! Now if we check out the star map here. Wow. Look at all that, folks. This map is huge. All these potential places you can go to. Star systems over the course of the game. This is a grand exploration game, and you can get lost in exploring all of this. You'll notice over there on the right side, there is a fuel counter, which is ticking up and down. Traveling through hyperspace, as it does, costs a lot of fuel. So you should pick locations you can actually travel to without dying. Now there's a zoom option, I think. Oh good! Well, how intuitive it was the plus and minus keys. You are here in Sol. Now, over here, you have the closest star system to Sol, or the closest sun. Sirius. Serious business! I don't know it, that's how it's pronounced. We're gonna go with that. And, we'll just have it zoomed. Nah, fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Uh-oh. I keep wanting to go back to the menu because time passes, and then you don't want time to pass. Not needlessly. Over here, we have a view of our cargo. Various devices, we don't have any, and a roster. I have our flagship there, which is represented in the middle. That's the precursor ship mentioned in the opening introduction. Now, do note, introduction's not the most original. I mean, so many games mention, oh, the precursors! Master of Orion, with Orion itself, galactic civilizations, you know, it's a common theme in space games, but they make it work. And highlighted there is actually an Earthling cruiser, an escort from our home system, which, if I recall correctly, is somewhere over here. No. It's somewhere nearby. Gamosaurus, Alphasaurus, Rigel, Might have to pull up, like, the fucking star map that comes with, like, the actual copy of the game. Shit, I don't remember. Actually, that's gonna fucking bother me. Right, so I actually moused over the son of a bitch without even fucking noticing it. You just gotta zoom in. We hail from that star, Vela. I'm gonna call it Bob Vila. No, we'll call it Vela. I don't know. I think I'll interchange that. You guys can try to correct me on the pronunciation if you want. I'm going to do my own thing, like the whargarbl barons in Shadowrun, right? So yeah, we hail from there, and we traveled all the way across hyperspace to head to Sol to figure out, well, basically, first thing is to say, help, we've been trapped for 20 years. The second thing is to figure out just what's been happening in the fucking galaxy, our quadrant here, since that time. So, now, whenever I was a kid, you know, younger, and even whenever re-immersing myself in the Ur-Quan Masters many years later, game actually can creep me out a bit. It has that potential that, again, perhaps I'm made easily nervous. Oh god! Yes, I made it! Whew. Piloting this thing, I'm gonna have to brush up on my skills, particularly in combat. I suck ass. I may be making gratuitous use of the save and load feature in this game. This is not a roguelike. Fuck you. So, yeah. You think, alright, we're in Sol. You know, Earth is the third planet around the sun. Let's go ahead and head to Earth here. Although, when you get closer, it does not quite look like the Earth we know. And... oh god, what the fuck is this?
Attention, interloper. Heed this recorded message. This drone vessel speaks with the voice and authority of Ur-Quan. You are trespassing within Ur-Quan space. This world, Earth, may not be approached for any reason, nor will hostilities against our orbital platform be tolerated. In addition, your ship does not respond to standard hierarchy identification transmissions, and is therefore deemed to be independent. This is not permissible. Only subservience shall be tolerated. This drone now leaves to inform the Ur-Quan of your transgressions. You are commanded to remain here and await the arrival of the Ur-Quan. Disobedience will be punished.
Okay, so I fucking saw that as a kid, and after all the voices and shit were added, because, you know, I didn't exactly get the opportunity to play the 3DO version, which had all the voice dialogue added in it, if I remember correctly. It's been a while. So, you know, I come back to the game, and I'm playing Ur-Quan Masters, and I fucking coded that, and that voice creeped me the fuck out. And I was, like, panicking, like, did I fucking do something wrong? What the fuck? All the memories blending in together. Grimith is getting old. Anyway, that's irrelevant. So yeah, that giant green thing there, that's the Ur-Quan. That little box in the top, in the bottom right corner of their screen there, that was the Ur-Quan's communicator. Because the Ur-Quan need communicators, or want communicators. We don't know. All we know is that they have communicators, and we have done goofed. Alright. So, let's go ahead and continue piling around here. Now, that red sphere over there is our humble planet of Earth. That red glow around there, though, we can't scan it. There are no scan options available to us. We can't dispatch our ship lander onto it. Nothing will get through to Earth. It's kinda terrifying. Well, okay. That orbital platform there, I guess I'll interact with that. Let me turn my slow-ass ship here and introduce you to...
Attention, unidentified space vessel. I am Starbase Commander Hayes of the slave planet Earth. Our hyperwave broadcast is extremely weak. Situation critical. Energy cores exhausted. Scanners and deep radar are non-functional. We cannot identify your vessel. Are you the scheduled hierarchy resupply ship? Repeat, are you the resupply vessel?
Now, Jeff had actually wanted me to point out that this fucking scene, I never considered this. It reminded him of like a goddamn rave party. The fucking techno music in the background, the strobe lights. DJ Grimgraph's up in this bitch! Alright, it's enough. So, yes. Also note that I can actually fast forward and rewind dialogue as I see fit. We also have dialogue options. There are lots of dialogue options in this game. You can definitely change the way your game works through the options that you choose, making it easier, harder, or damn impossible on yourself. In this situation, I'm just going to pick no, this is the Starship Starluck, but we stand ready to assist you.
The Starship what? Never mind,
What?
look, we won't last much longer.
Fuck.
Here's our situation. According to our oath of fealty to the
Oath of
Ur-Quan, we
fealty?
must maintain the starbase, but we have
Shut
no
up.
space vessels of our own. And the shield prevents us from contacting Earth, so we're totally dependent on the Ur-Quan supply vessels for everything we need up here. We know there's a hierarchy base on the surface of the moon, but we can't contact them. The Ur-Quan were supposed to resupply the base at regular 5-year intervals, but we haven't received anything in almost 8 years. What we don't recycle, we can usually synthesize, but to do so we need replacement radioactives for our generator energy cores. If you could bring us some radioactive elements, we can fabricate the cores ourselves. Are you willing to help us?
Wow. Sure, but where can we find those radioactive
The
elements?
fastest way to get radioactives in this system would be to land on
Trap.
Mercury and scour the surface for deposits
Mercury
of
is a trap.
radioactive elements. But be careful. Mercury's a pretty
No, it's a
inhospitable
fucking
place.
trap.
Watch out for earthquakes and
Oh, yeah.
temperature areas.
Game ain't fucking merciful there. There is at least one other location in the Sol system where you can locate the radioactives, but I'll go ahead and show off Mercury. Why not?
Thanks. I'll make sure to mention this the next time I talk with our masters. I'm sure they will reward you.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll reward me too. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I'm gonna get a reward. I'm gonna get fucking vaporized. That's my fucking reward. Alright, come on. God damn, I'm like a fucking supply ship. Jesus. Fucking tugboat here in space. Ah! Oh, now I fucking move fast. Shit! Shit! Fuck! Cock! Balls! I can't drive this damn thing. I can make a joke or two there about who else can't drive, but gotta leave that one alone. So I'm just gonna go ahead and save the game, even though I'm about to save it 15 seconds from now. As I zoom in here, I'm laughing too much, that's the problem, to Mercury, where I'm going to promptly save the game again. Now let's take a gander at ye old Mercury here. We'll do an auto scan. Now you see there's a variety of things here on this planet. No energy or biological scans, but there are mineral scans, and we're looking for radioactives. So let's go ahead and dispatch, where we have landers, like ships. You know, they're not fucking supposed to land on the planets themselves. Instead, you have like a lander that lands down on the planet instead. They contain certain amounts of crew. They don't bring along the entire crew. The Land Rover can be destroyed. It is most unfortuitous whenever that occurs. And I think it might be an impossible situation if you get it destroyed at this point in the game. I think. Which is why I don't think I'll get it destroyed, but just in case. Mercury is not the worst planet to be on, but it is a little hazardous. It's not the safest to travel across. That being said, I will dispatch. You can get your crew murdered down there as well. Yay! And also it costs a little bit of fuel to use your lander, so land wisely. You'll notice here fuel use 0.7. I think that usage depends on the gravity of the planet in question you're trying to land on. Let's see if I can remember how to use my fucking rover skills. I might end up fucking reloading if situations get terrible. Or I might be the best driver in the history of the galaxy. Alright, my fucking thing's about full up. So I'm actually going to board. Now, what you need to do is try to make sure that your usage is intelligent. Since there's a fuel cost associated with landing on planets. In Sol, that's not a big deal since we will be able to refuel. And landing on any planet here will be worth it in terms of the cost effectiveness. But as you travel further away from the star base, there are higher costs associated, and you need to pick and choose what you decide to land down and grab. But in this case, I'm actually going to decide to pick the planet clean. I'm also, like a little bitch, going to constantly save the game. Could be worse, I could be playing like XCOM and like saving all the time, right? I'll be playing on like fucking beginner mode and I'm like, no, I'm not supposed to die, save load, save load, save load, damn you television! Fucking chrysalids! They like fucking double the difficulty of the game. I hate chrysalids. Woo! Alright, I'm already full up. On shit! You'll notice that the rover actually has like a carrying capacity of like 50, and I suppose if you want to get like really critical or something, I think like mineral particles are like permanently lost if you don't have enough storage capacity and shit. That fuck it. That's like too much micro. I can only handle so much of that, folks. My tolerance levels are not that high. See, Mercury is not as dangerous as Venus. You land on Venus at the beginning of the game, and your ass gets raffle stomped. Like fucking raffle pone. Just like Venus just like trollolololos all the fuck over your goddamn face. It's pretty depressing. I might even show you how that looks a little bit later. But, don't hold me to that. I might change my words. So yeah, those little tremor things, those are earthquakes. Those sudden gouts of fire that appear, yeah. None of that shit's fucking pleasant either. Now, there is one thing left down there. I don't know whether that'll actually be worth it. No, I guess I'm not gonna pick the planet clean. I think that's another common one. You can take a look here at your guidelines. They go in value from this color, which is 1, all the way down here to that color, which is 25. At the beginning of the game, buying fuel from the starbase takes 20 resource units per unit of fuel. I'll explain more about that later, and there are other places to get fuel, but the starbase is pretty much your primary means at the beginning of the game. So yeah, I made a pretty good haul to make up for the, fuel that I spent, but if I decided to land down there, that's what, 0.7 units? That would have to be like a huge block to make that trip worthwhile, and I don't think it is. So, I'm gonna go ahead and save the game here one more time. And we'll save it in 2 locations, and navigate away. Now, we're going to head back to Earth as our, it's like our quest. It's a fetch quest. Yay, we participated in a fetch quest. Tugboat, 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 tugboat. Then you get to this view, and it's like, oh god damn it, I can't steer this ship! I did not mean that to be like an official, true story reenactment of how that works, but I ended up making it that way. There's the moon. We'll visit that a little bit later. Probably shouldn't turn towards it like I'm using this as a fucking mouse pointer.
Did you find any radioactive elements for our power cores?
Sure did.
We're initiating transfer of radioactives, Captain. Now, as soon as our engineers can refit the energy cores, there, that's much better. Power ratings are climbing. Life support is coming back into the green. Deep radar systems and sensors are now online, and I can scan your vessel. What the hell kind of ship is that? Just who are you, Captain?
God damn it. Well, I am Captain Grimith of the starship Starluck. We're the survivors of a Star Control science research team to the Vela star system.
Star Control science mission,
That's what I said.
Captain, I served as a Star Control officer during the war aboard several
I'm a
cruisers
fucking
in the
hipster.
Cold Front.
I'm a serving in fucking space hipster. Oh yeah. I've seen many things in my day and I would have heard about it. And of course my counter was, the mission was highly secret.
You know, come to think of it, there were some rumors that Corridor 9, the Special Operations Division of Star Control,
well, I'm glad you
was
can
directing some
rationalize this
operation
in
near
your own
Anderson
brain.
Space. The Vela Star
Vela.
System.
Okay.
Yes, that would
be
the
the
right
official
direction.
pronunciation.
So, Captain,
I'll try to remember that.
If you say it's
Vela.
true, how do you explain that huge alien starship you're flying? And why are you here? What do you want from us?
I mugged some precursors. LOL? Yeah. Or, we have returned to Earth to give you the technological secrets of the precursors, and to help you fight the hierarchy.
Fight the Ur-Quan. Win back our freedom.
Yeah!
I remember having such
Wait,
thoughts
what?
myself once
Win back
a
your...
long time
Oh,
ago.
God damn it.
That was in the first years after the defeat, when it was still terrifying to look up and see the bloody glow of the pulsating slave shield overhead. Though day and night we gazed up at the impenetrable wall as though the sheer power of our hatred would pull it down. But over the years, I spent so much of my time struggling, down on the surface, under the shield, and then later up here trying to keep the station alive, that I'd forgotten what it means to be free, to hate our Ur-Quan masters. And now here you are, in an alien ship of unknown power, offering me your assistance to fight against the hierarchy again after all these years. Captain, your offer is intriguing. It's tempting to think that with your advanced precursor technology, we can somehow crack the Earth's slave shield and reassemble the Alliance to attack the hierarchy. And this time, win the damn war. Consider the consequences if you should fail. The Ur-Quan won't just punish us here on the station, they'll exact a gruesome retribution on the surface below as well. Before I commit this station to helping you attack the Ur-Quan and accepting the risk of annihilation if we are defeated, I have to make sure that you and your ship have what it takes to oppose the hierarchy. I'll make you a deal. If you can eliminate the alien base on the moon and get rid of that threat at least, I will seriously consider your offer.
Now, you can actually take care of this before you go back to visit the starbase, but I decided to save that. What details can you give us about the base on the moon?
After the Ur-Quan erected the slave shield around the Earth and established this space station, they decided to leave a contingent of combat ships close to the Earth to keep watch on our planet and confirm that they were obeying the Ur-Quan slave law.
Don't really like the sound
they're
of
still
that.
out there on the surface of the moon because we can pick up a constant stream of alien broadcasts.
Well,
be careful, Captain. There are probably a dozen Spathia looters and Ilrath Avengers down there on the lunar surface. I don't know why they haven't come after you yet, but when they do, you'd better have your weapons armed and your thrusters burning hot.
Yeah. So, ships can land on planets, but, it's not really for, the whole exploratory thing like you want to do with your rover. Anyway, it's time for some major combat, folks. We're gonna fucking raid that goddamn moon base and... Spathia looters? Ilrathi Avengers? Oh god. I hope you're ready for some awesome epic combat, folks. Because, right at the beginning of the game doesn't fucking pull any punches. I mean, it fucking sent us to Mercury. What a douche. The game is a douche. You can't trust it. So, I'll leave you on this cliffhanger. And next time, combat on the moon. See you then, folks.